Play the song. You have a new face here. Anjali, my sister, what's up?
What's up? Obviously, I'm feeling good. How are you feeling?
Feeling terrific. What you got to say about that match?
That match was electric. There were highs, there were lows, there were just so many key moments, which I'm sure you guys will go in detail about how you were feeling through every minute. I watched the highlights 2 times, and I will definitely watch them one more time today. But I just wanted to come out here and say, love the podcast, love what you guys are doing, and go RCB. This is a huge, huge win. That much. I may not know all the technical ins and outs of cricket, but I know that this was a huge win, but the job is not finished.
Job's not finished. Thank you, Anjali.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you, Anjali. I love that. Really, really love that.
Perfect.
What an outstanding, electric, like Anjali said, victory for RCB. We make a clean sweep of all 7 road matches this year. We chased down our highest ever total in the history of RCB in the IPL, 228. And most importantly, we're in the top 2. There is so much energy. RCB fever is at the height of its powers, and everybody's going to get a turn to give your initial reactions. Rahul, you're first. Floor is yours.
What a game. What a game. Happy to share this with you guys. The first time all 4 of us or 5 of us were doing this. This is awesome. I hope this is the start of many. And I think this was a fantastic game for many reasons because this is not who we were traditionally. We don't win matches like this. So for us to go through, it was such a confident booster. You know, you felt it so many times. You felt that low, and you talked about how this is classic RCB. Are we going to go down that same rabbit hole again? You know, we're so high up on our hopes. We lost all this people. Are we going to be that team again? And I think we showed so much character. This is a game for the ages. You know, this stuff defines our new character, and I think that's what I stand for with this RCB team. This is amazing.
For the ages is so true. Deepak, you're next.
I mean, I don't even know where to begin, but what I will say is just truly, I mean, what a match. Just I'm still in awe, and it happened like several hours ago. What a match. I mean, it was truly a tale of 2 innings, really, and how we fell in terms of body language, on the field production, from bowling and fielding, and then towards batting. A true roller coaster. I'm looking at it here. It's the 3rd highest chase ever in the IPL.
Wow.
So and among the other facts that you listed, Jitesh Sharma, again, take a bow. Unreal, unbelievable stuff. But also, obviously, collective, great batting effort overall. You know, goalie chipped in, Salt, Agarwal, etc. So they all played a huge part. But, man, what a win. We're in the top 2 for the first time since 2016. Let's go.
Let's go. Dad and Anjali again, if you have anything to add.
Sure. One thing is, you know, as Rahul said, closing the rabbit hole for the team, which we are known for, number 1. Number 2, a lot of out of syllabus material today. You know, Rishabh Pant, he had to choose this game to get to us. And, you know, you all saw the highlights. I mean, I didn't watch the whole game because I was working. But when Kohli got out, is this the game? Is this the game?
Yeah.
But it was not the game. So I think that's also another out of syllabus. Jitesh, amazing character and amazing innings.
Absolutely. Anjali?
I mean, I don't really have anything else much to add. I
You said it
did,
all.
yeah, pretty much. I did remember the commentator saying, "Is this the game when Kohli got out?" And for that to not be the game was very huge.
Very
And
special.
yeah,
So that's a great segue into my thoughts. The out of syllabus stuff is mostly what I felt at multiple points through this match. The in syllabus stuff was Rishabh Pant scoring all those runs against us. I'm pretty sure he scored more runs this match than he did all the other matches combined in the IPL, or it felt like that. It was close, at least in
Yeah,
terms of his total IPL. Then
Yeah.
you have mammoth total. Then you get out to a great start, but deep down in the back of our heads, we always thought that like everybody else is out of form. So as soon as we lose 1 or 2 wickets, we're going to be under the pump, right? So Salt gets out, then Partidar looks okay. We lose 2 wickets back to back, and at 100 for 3, we think that's the game. At 123 for 4, Kohli gets out. We think that's the game. Then we get a performance that I'm gonna put this out there. It is a top 3 RCB player innings ever. ABD qualifier 1 2016, Rajat Patidar eliminator against LSG, and this innings. You can put Gale 175 in there, but that was a regular season match.
regular season.
So
Yeah.
the stakes of this match is just an ridiculous time to pull out an innings like that. And now let's get deeper into the weeds of the match. Let's not spend too much time on the bowling. We don't want to be negative here. Let's just talk about the bowling effort briefly, though, because we do have another match coming up. As Anjali said, job's not done. Outside of Nuwan Thushara, everybody got tonked all over the place. And this is a real problem without Josh Hazelwood now. So I want to go to you, Rahul. Is it just the stadium? Is it the conditions? Is it playing 2 teams with no pressure? What is it?
I think it's a bit of both. I think the pitch today was an absolute belter. I mean, you saw batters come in and not have to spend a huge amount of time trying to get themselves in so they can go from ball one, which tells you that it's a true pitch. But it was really, really promising to see Tushara get that swing. I mean, he's got that low action just like Malinga, and he was trying to get that away swinger from the right-handed batter, which is absolutely key moving forward. Yeah, Josh Hazelwood just makes any bowling attack look amazing, right? I mean, not having it in any bowling attack is a weaker attack, yes. But knowing that he's going to be there for the future games just makes us now a little bit settled. I think Boovy is always going to have a game here and there that's not going to go his way. As I said, I wouldn't be negative about this. I think it was a tough pitch to bowl on. I think 230 was, given where they were, I think we did well. I thought it was 250 for sure. I think they left 20 there for sure towards the end. But quite honestly, like going forward, I think Nuwan Thushara is a very key batter, key bowler, because if Tim David, who might not come back, Thushara along with Hazelwood up in New Chandigarh, where the ball is going to do a little bit, it's going to be a little bit spicy. I think they're going to be very, very handy. So I think promising signs despite us getting slammed for 200 plus.
Dad, thoughts on today's bowling effort? I'm optimistic about the matches going forward because we have a lot of confidence from this win. But that bowling effort was seriously concerning.
Yeah. Well, let's face it. We can't be chasing 200 plus every time, right?
Maybe
So-
200, 210, but not this.
Not this 225.
Even
you know.
then.
Yeah, my statistics are already out there. 250, you have 1% chance of winning. 230 plus, you have 5% chance of winning. So we got to chase it. But to come back to the bowling, I think Thushara is going to be a compelling addition. So who do you take out is the question. Suyash, I'm a little worried, but flat pitch. Last game also, he didn't play that well. So Mulanpur pitch, as Rahul pointed out, has done something. So I'm hoping that'll turn around. We're surprising that only Krunal bowled only 2 overs for 14. So that surprised everybody, but most likely this is to do with the lefty bowling to Rishabh, who was there throughout the innings. Might have been an issue.
I'm gonna step in here with the point on Krunal only bowling 2 overs. I was very disappointed in the first half of the match by Jitesh Sharma's captaincy. I think a lot of RCB fans were. You can't have Ramari Shepherd bowling the last over. You just can't. And I don't care how much Yash Dayal went for. That's not fair to Ramari Shepherd to bowl the last over. He's a clear part-timer, and you putting him up against Puran and Bunt on 100. I think he did well, all things considered, to only give away about 13 in that over. You also can't bowl Krunal 2 overs. Krunal's a cagey bowler. He's not like the typical left arm bowler, left arm off spinner like Shabazz Ahmed is. He's not predictable. So you can bowl him against left-handers, especially if he's 2 overs for 14. You got to give him a third. Even if he goes for 20, all the other bowlers are going for a lot of runs. So what do you have to lose at that point? So I think Jitesh was very overwhelmed. Again, I'm not ripping him because it's only his second match as captain. But if this is going to continue and the pressure is only going to go up, qualifier 1 and beyond, there needs to be Patidar like captaincy from the bench or better decision making on the field, one or the other. So Deepak, any last thoughts on the bowling effort there?
Yeah, no, you guys pretty much summed it up. It was a rough one, and not even just the bowling too. I mean, the bowling was obviously really bad. The fielding, the body language didn't look good. There was a couple misfields. I know Salt had one, Kohli had one from I remember. There's probably more I'm forgetting, but it was just an all around rough first half of the match. Even the commentators were pointing it out. Bhuvi very expensive, 4 for 46. Suyash 3 for 39. Romario 4 for 51. I definitely agree with that point about Romario. He should only ever, in my opinion, bowl 2 overs max. He's not really in the team for his bowling. He's basically, especially with Tim David's status being uncertain, his role becomes a little bit heightened. He's that closer, finisher, bopper type of batsman. That's what he's in the team for. He's not. You can't count on him in a crazy way, especially to bowl the last over to pick up any wickets. It's just more of an emergency option, I would say. It was just, and Thushara. It's funny because I hate that chucking Sri Lankan bowling that they all do, Malinga and Patirana and now Thushara, but damn it, I want one of those guys on my team. So
well, there you have it.
He's really good, so it's okay. I'll live with it because, and I think, especially to Raul's point, I think Tim. We all have watched sports enough where we know hamstring injuries can be very tricky and very difficult. So I'm very pessimistic, unfortunately, about Tim David's status and if he'll return. And that even if he returns, it may not be great. And it'll be like the SRH match, can barely move. But I would definitely consider Thushara as a real playing 11 member for qualifier 1, the finals.
Yeah, I think the last point we should make on the bowling is to give credit to Thushara because 4 overs, 1 for 26 in a 230 match is invaluable, and he's cold. He's coming in without having played at all. So major unsung hero to shout out to Nuwan Thushara. He did amazing. Now let's get to the juice. Oh my God, we're not going to forget. We're not going to forget the second innings for a long time. I think it's best to do the second innings in 4 phases. I'm going to lay out the phases, then everybody gets a turn. You pick what you want to talk about. Only one person gets to talk about Jitesh because he's not the only one that I think helped us get to this chase. So you have the power play. Kohli and Salt, again, perfect in the power play. They go at 10s, 11s, only lose 1 wicket. Outstanding. From that phase, you have up until Kohli got out. So the next 3 wickets. Patidar, honestly, I'm encouraged. He looked better. He was middling the ball a lot better. When he got out, it was a shot that was on. He should have just kept it on the ground. Liam Livingston, I'm only going to say he's not playing next match. But then Mayank came in and kept the scoring going despite 2 quick wickets, which is another Nuwan Thushara-esque unsung hero innings from him. So from power play to 123 for 4, that's the next phase. The third phase is everything that happened from 123 for 4 up until the Digvesh Rathi over, which was chaos. Then Digvesh Rathi over, I should say no ball free hit on is the 4th phase, which was absolutely electric. So, Dad, you talk about whichever phase you want and say whatever you want, because this is one for the ages, truly.
Yeah. Well, I will leave me for the last for Digvesh Rathi, and I'm willing to take the second fiddle with Mayank because I think Mayank's innings was very important. So you guys start with the rest of the phases. I'll only come to that point, which is
Got it.
Mayank and Digvesh. Because a
Okay.
lot of people, I had to explain to them what a back foot no ball is today.
I was
So
one of those people.
Yeah. Anjali was curious enough to say,
About
hey,
that.
I never heard of the back foot no ball. And a couple of my friends called, and then I had to explain to them the rule book and then show them how it is. So
yeah.
start,
Special.
let anybody else start with that, and I will only concentrate, give me those specific points.
All right, Deepak, you get first pick.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's tough. I mean, I honestly, I'll just take the thing. Sorry, that was unreal. Simply unreal. Some of the shots he was playing, he was toying with the bowlers. I mean, there's just you run out of adjectives to describe what he did. Really, when you come with I think the list you put together, Karthik, was really good in terms of those iconic RCB innings. Honorable mention, I would throw in Romario, prisoner of the moment, but I still think that innings was crazy, especially for how it turned that match.
Against CSK, yeah.
Against CSK, yep, the 55 off 13 or whatever. But yeah, I mean, 360 player. He was looking like DK. He was looking like AB. Every time he needed a boundary, he was hitting it all parts of the ground, getting very innovative, and obviously took advantage with the what's it called, the no ball that was supposed to be a wicket. Hit a six right afterwards, launched that into the crowd, and then the only mix-up, thank God, got away with it. That run-out, I think, was very big, as we talked about. I mean, it was a little bit before, but that really, truly could have been the match is over if that was run-out. So thankfully, LSG made a mistake there, but you always need a little bit of luck, I feel, to win big matches like this. And so, but you got to take advantage of it. That's what he did. And he had the innings of his career, of his life, of his everything.
Let's just take 3 seconds here. Jitesh, bro, amazing, absolutely incredible. Jitesh Sharma, if this clip ever gets to you, bro, nothing but love, man. Unbelievable innings.
Yeah, I actually, before the season started, there's one clip which is stating Jitesh on camera saying, "I'm Jitesh Sharma. I'll take care of it." You've seen that today.
Yes, it's made the rounds, and
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
that clip is gonna go super duper viral now.
Really.
Rahul, you get second pick, brother.
I'll go with the power play. I think we've had two steady horses right up the front, right? We've got Salt, we've got Virat. They complement each other really well. Strike rates in the upwards of 170s, 180s. They have really sort of targeted the bowlers, and I think they have understood each other's game really well. So when Salt is taking on, I think Virat just takes a single, gets on the other end, and lets Salt do his thing. Virat's getting better at like targeting some certain bowlers. Salt just kind of lets him do his thing. So it hasn't really been the old slate or the old method of going about where Virat just kind of takes a backseat, the other one goes hard, and then Virat takes over after. I think they both are going very hard. They're consistently doing well. I mean, they're not going to do well every single time. I realize that. But I think if, for the most part, if both of those guys are staying until the sixth, we're getting a decent start. And I think that's always been the case, at least in the away games, which is very reassuring knowing that our playoff games are not going to be at home. And so I think shout out to Virat. Honestly, I don't even know what to say about this guy anymore. Like everything that's been said and plus more has already been said. And he just redefines himself every single time. He understands the game and the situation so well. I don't think there's been another cricketer or another batter who does that at this stage and has that hunger that he possesses, which is absolutely incredible. So great to see at this stage and great to see what's to come.
Rahul had to step out there, and I just wanted to add on to what he said. He makes a great point, honestly, because we talked about this in the SRH post-match. When you're chasing 225, you have to have a perfect chase. The phases all have to go your way. Even you can afford a few setbacks, but you can't afford to botch any of the phases. And the fact that almost every time this season, our opening pair or our top three have had such good power plays is invaluable to the rest of the batting performances. In this case today, Kohli and Salt getting off to a flyer when the ball was harder and a little bit easier to score off of was so crucial to the rest of the innings. And we take it for granted that we're going to be 60-70 for one after 6 or 7 overs, but you can lose the match in the power play by losing 2 quick wickets, but you can't win the match in the power play. So the fact that they set up for us, major shout out to them. I am going to take the phase leading up to the Digvesh Rathi stuff, then I'll throw the alley-oop to you, Dad. I want to actually give extra credit to Mayank Agarwal because at RCB in the past, one thing we've made a comment on is that other teams, they lose 1 or 2 wickets, they keep hitting 6s. They keep hitting 4s. The run rate doesn't slow. But for us, when we lose a wicket or 2, we've really taken a lot of time to rebuild. And I think that that historically comes from our template of only having 3 main guys that score all the runs. So we can't afford to have them get out. Today, Mayank playing risk-free shots, cutting for 4 on the ground without going aerial and keeping the scoring rate up, taking the pressure off Virat, taking the pressure off Jitesh until he got going is so crucial in modern day T20. Because if Mayank got out, or if you take away Mayank's 41 off 23 and you make it even a 33 off of 23, it adds so much pressure to the other batters, and then they lose their wickets. So Mayank's acceleration, without even risking anything, was a real credit-earning performance. And then that led straight into the Digvesh Rathi over. Dad, go for it.
Yeah. So I exactly echo the same sentiments with Mayank. The fact that he was able to at least score 2 boundaries in an over, not 1, because most of the time with the chases, you need a 6 and a 4. Obviously, 6 is the highest shot you can get out. 4 is the lowest shot, but you still get boundary. And then, hitting those 2 boundaries and a few, and then make the run rate ticking was very important. Now let's come to Digvesh. I think, a lot of controversy. A few people called me and said about this, run out mankading, but at least I think there was a clear explanation that was not out.
Let's start. Hold on. Before you go into Digvesh, let's do 2 separate things. You explain both. Start with the back foot no ball. Okay, that came first. Then he did the man cutting. We'll get there, but start with the back foot no ball.
Yeah, that was huge because once you saw that he got out and they were all celebrating, he was almost getting his checkbook down on the on the ground. There was a comment, "Hey, Digvesh, I want 3 checks written today," means I want 3 wickets from somebody who is an LSG fan. But luckily, all his checks bounced today. He wrote some checks, but they bounced. Even the check he said there was money, there was no money, which is that back foot no ball we were talking about. I think that's huge. They took a little while for them to say that it was a back foot no ball. It was huge. It was a game-changing moment, more than the mankading one, which was
100%.
also any inferior. But the back foot no ball is where, you've seen that the crease, there is a crease where you have to keep in within that line. Front foot no ball, everybody knows it's overstepping. The same thing is you overstepping the side, the crease, which is there, which was huge and which came as a relief to us. And then obviously, in sports, people want to win, and then Digvesh is a very fierce competitor. And I don't blame him for trying to mankading, which in the technical rule of the game, that you have to get them run out before your bowling action is completed. So once you're in the action of the bowling, then you can't mankad. So Ashwin is the master in mankading because he knows exactly the rules. If you know Harshal Patel, he tried one time. He missed the stumps, but he still would not have made it because most important thing is you have to do it before the bowling action is completed. So that's the key. And then it would have become a little controversial. This is my personal opinion that Pant basically said, look, this is not something where we are going to make any progress. And I don't want to win like this. And then there's a whole controversy because RCB lost because of XYZ. I still believe that Rishabh Pant's gesture was tremendous. If you see, Jitesh Sharma went and hugged Rishabh because this guy was going great guns like, thank you for not creating any controversy. That's pretty much it. It was not out anyway, but it kind of sealed everything, and rest of it was just phenomenal innings from Jitesh. So some drama, which is required, and
Honestly,
yeah,
some drama you say, but that stuff, and I'm gonna toot our own horn a little bit. That stuff only seems to happen in RCB matches. Like
Yeah.
we're never short of drama. The Digvesh Rathi stuff, like, okay, that's a clear rule. Your back foot cannot touch the side crease.
right.
If it does, it's a no ball. But we never see that called
Yeah.
in other matches. Very rare that
Yeah.
you see back foot no balls. Then, so I think people were mad or surprised that, like, oh, how did RCB get this call? Because it's so infrequent, but it's the right call.
Yeah.
Then you get into the Digvesh Rathi mankad attempt, and we had the same thing happen against LSG, like you said, Harshal Patel. If you finish the bowling action, the ball is dead. You
Yep.
cannot mankad after you finish the bowling action. Basically, you can't fake out the runner that, look, I'm going to bowl, stop,
Yeah.
then hit the stumps. That's not
Yeah.
how this works. You have to do it either before, during, or in the midst of your bowling action, and you
But
have to hit
not
the stumps
completed.
now, but
Yeah.
not completed yet. You can't complete the bowling action. So it was not out, but I think it shows like how shocked the LSG were that
Yeah.
we were in that position
Yep.
from 123 for 4. And even though there's nothing to play for, I think Digvesh Rathi, this part I respect about him, he's very prideful, and I think that he, wanted to turn the match back in his favor by any means necessary. And in the heat of the moment, stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
But in the heat of the moment, also on our side, we were literally like, "What the hell?" Like
Yeah.
that, we were furious that he even tried something like that.
Right.
And I'll also say on Mayank's behalf, I don't even think he left the crease early. He was timing it when the ball would be released, then he left the crease.
Yeah.
So it's not like he was trying to cheat and get like a little bit of extra distance either. So all drama aside, it was clearly a back foot no ball. It was clearly a not out and a good gesture by Pant to take out the peel anyway. From
Yeah.
that point forward, Jitesh Sharma went straight up God mode. With every boundary, the crowd got louder, 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 till he took us home. And man, those reactions after the match from the team totally said it all. Deepak, take us home on this extraordinary chase.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it had everything you could possibly want. That's all you can say. I mean, and to that drama point, I was thinking about it like, you had Stark and Pollard in 2014. You had the Kohli, Naveen ul Haq thing. You had the Dhoni
Yes.
handshake thing, and then you had this. So it's like there's been a lot of drama. RCB
Oh,
match.
dude, this year, add the Dewald Brevis Ngidi decision. That was also controversial.
Yep, that too. Yep, yeah. So it's kind of funny. The more I was thinking about it, it's been a common theme over the years. But add some spice, add some flavor. Never hurt anybody, so it's fun. It's good stuff. But I mean, just roller coaster match. Just great batting display all around. From the platform Kohli and Salt set to the stabilizing role that Agarwal played, and then to the finishing ability that Jitesh showed. It was fantastic. It was much needed. We talked about before the season, top two. That's how you win the IPL, and you just have to do it. And we accomplished our goal, and so pretty much we're halfway there, if not more. So, like Andrew said at the beginning, job's not finished. Got work to do. Got Punjab on Thursday, but definitely enjoying this one for today. But 2 more wins. That's the goal.
That's a great segue. Let's spin it forward now. We have a match in let me check the time here. 40 hours.
Mhm.
We finished late Tuesday night in India. I read that the team is going to fly to Chandigarh tomorrow morning. No practice session. Through Wednesday, right into the match on Thursday. So we play Punjab. We're all the way up here on cloud 9 after this miraculous win. What do you guys, or I should say, what are your initial preliminary thoughts for qualifier 1? Because as high as we are now, the theme should also be from this video. It's been said 3 times now, job's not finished.
I agree completely. As far as I'm concerned, we are on a high. Let's maintain high for another game and then relax for the last one, is what I'm hoping. The reason is obviously we got here and you got two cracks. So let's get to the first crack and then be done with it. Easier said than done, obviously, with a quick turnaround. But there are some we have a decent team in my opinion, but they don't have Josh Inglis and
Marco Jansen.
Jansen, which kind of dents it, but they do have some players. So you never know. Like Nuwan Thushara just came in and bowled really well for us. So you never know. These T20 games, just one person just comes and takes away the game. I still remember Vaibhav Suryavanshi just took the game away from GT earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Chasing 210 in 16 overs, that's ridiculous. So anything can happen. So, but I'm very hopeful and cautiously optimistic that we can get it across. I think we have a better matchup with Punjab.
Yeah.
I think personally that plus Josh Hazelwood is back. So
Yeah.
I'm very hopeful.
Couple things. I think sometimes the quick turnover can be good if you're riding on such a high. You kind of just don't have time to think. You feel good. You play the next match. I think sometimes rest can be overrated. I'm sure the players are all still fired up and want to play the next match. I do agree we have a slightly better matchup against Punjab when you consider the venue. Also, there's been a lot of swing at Mulanpur to New Chandigarh. It's the same venue where Punjab defended miraculously like 108. And they made Kolkata 91 all out, and the fast bowlers went crazy. So I think that there's a lot to look forward to in Qualifier 1, a lot to be optimistic about, but there are also questions. The questions are around team selection. Liam Livingston is not playing. I don't care. I don't care what happens. He is not playing on Thursday. Somebody else is playing. Hopefully it's Tim David. If he's not fit, then we must decide, should we all play Nuwan Thushara and Josh Hazelwood together and drop Suyash or Yash Dayal and add in Swastik Chikara or Bandage as the Indian batter? Or do we play Tim Seifert and move everybody down one?
I'm thinking Tim Seifert is a good option.
But Nuwan Thushara is in good form, and if there's a lot of swing at the venue, you know, that could be another.
If you play on Thushara, then yeah, you can't have more than the foreign player issue is going to be an issue.
Exactly.
So it's a tough one. Yeah.
Deepak, any thoughts on the team selection that you think will go in? Let's say that Hazelwood is back, but Tim David is not fit.
Yep. So in that case, I mean, I would say Hazelwood, Tushara, Salt, and Shepard should be the four international players, and then work around with everybody else, which I think would mostly pretty much be the same team outside of not having Tim David that we've had most of the year. But those are the four I would go with. So, because besides that, in terms of bringing in Seaford or one of these other reserves if they're out of form. I mean, I know Tushar only played one match, but he looked really good in that one match, and I'm intrigued by what he has to offer, and he was able to get some swing in this match. And so I think overall, I don't think too much has to change, but I would definitely say, assuming David can go, which I don't think he will. We'll see, but I don't think he will. But if he can't go, then you should play Tushara and Hazelwood together, and then have Booby as your third fast bowler, and then you have Shepard as an emergency backup option, then you have Grunal and Suyash.
Yeah. To be very honest, it's too early for all of us on this podcast to really get into the weeds on what's going to happen Thursday, because we're all on such a high from this win. So I personally don't have much else to add. I feel good going into the match. I think we have a few team decisions we need to sort out. I think the venue will work in our favor. Oh, one other thought on the venue. It's good that we're RCB and we have massive fan base, because we're pretty much going and playing a home game in Punjab, but we're going to have plenty of support. So I don't think that that's going to be a big issue. LSG today, it was 90% RCB fans. The crowd went crazy in the second half of the inning, so take that out of the equation. I don't see a lot of things. Plus, their team is going to be a little bit weakened by no Jansen, no English. So I don't see a lot of reasons to be pessimistic. But they still have a really good team, and they are extremely dangerous. They have multiple players that can play a Jitesh Sharma type innings today. Both their openers, Shreyas Iyer, Nehal Wardera, Shashank Singh is an excellent finisher last 2 years. So they have plenty of firepower. But in the end, I think it's the two most deserving teams that are in Qualifier 1, and it's a 50-50 match, and this is exactly where we want to be.
Yep.
I think I was just happy that we didn't have to play Mumbai because that was a little bit scary. Especially in the eliminator, obviously, but even Qualifier 1. So I think it really worked out for us. But at the same time, definitely, I understand how good Punjab is, and that even with those losses, they're still capable, at least, of beating us. But the most important thing, last thing, I mean, beating a dead horse with it, you could say, but the head of the snake for our bowling attack is finally officially back. Slim Shady, Aussie Slim Shady, Hazel Goat is back, which is
a huge.
It is a huge. It just cannot be stated how much our bowling drops off with him. And like we talked about, it was obviously great today. We're on a high. It was an unbelievable batting performance, but we know, to win the IPL, to win titles, you have to be able to bowl well. You have to be able to field well. You have to be able to do those things as well to complement your batting. And he's a huge part of it. We were one of the best bowling attacks when he was there. We're one of the worst without him, albeit in one venue. But the fact that he's back, in my opinion, I think solves somewhere between 80 to 100% of our bowling issues.
Yeah. All right. That was one of the most extraordinary RCB wins ever. We are so happy to be in Qualifier 1. We barely have any time to think. We're not going to do a match preview because there's such a quick turnaround. We as fans ourselves are tired, so I can't imagine what the team is feeling. So we are so excited for Qualifier 1. We can't wait to see what happens. Here's to hoping that we speak to you guys on Friday into our 4th IPL final. So long. Signing off, guys.
Let's go. Playoff time.
Playoff time.
Let's get it.
So let's get it.